Hello there and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we are starting a brand new playthrough in Thrawn's Revenge Fall of the Republic, our Clone Wars mod for Star Wars Empire at War Forces of Corruption. So this is a mod that is not quite out yet, so this is an early preview of it where we're going to be taking a look at where we stand in development now, some of what we're doing going forward, and talking a little bit about development. So the beta will be starting fairly soon. We'll keep news on that, or keep talking about news on that as we go through the playthrough, but it should be within the next couple weeks that the beta starts for people on our Discord, and then a few weeks after that, once we're confident in the feedback we've received, we'll be able to release for everyone more widely. So do keep in mind while you're watching that this playthrough is of a work-in-progress mod, so there will be stuff that changes throughout it, and stuff that we're still working on. But we are going to be playing as the Confederacy of Independent Systems on the Medium Era Progressive map. We did our first playthrough as the Confederacy 6 months ago or something, probably more than that at this point, so there will be a lot of stuff that's changed for anyone who did see that one, but let's get into it, and we'll take a look at some of what's gone on here. Alright. So here we are on the galactic map. We should have the forces spawning in just a second.
Control achieved.
After the unfortunate mess with the Jedi at Geonosis, the time has come for the Confederacy to reveal ourselves. Master Yoda's complacency has allowed the evil of the Republic to fester for far too long, and it's high time the galaxy be rid of its stench. Alright, so there are a lot of new mechanics to look at in this playthrough compared to the last one. There's also been some updates to a lot of graphical stuff, as you've probably seen from the main menu. There have been some changes on the galactic level, which you can see right now. But the main thing that we're looking at right now is the new government mechanic for the CIS, where it's actually broken into several of its member corporations to start off with. We have ourselves as the regular blue CIS faction. Then towards the core we have the Trade Federation. Up in the northeastern bits we have the Commerce Guild. Yeah, I always want to say Corporate Alliance. It's the Commerce Guild. The Northwest, we have the Banking Clan, and more towards the core and a little bit in the Southeast, we have the Techno Union. So these factions are all allied with us. We have accomplished that through a mix of some corruption stuff and some AI changes. So we're still in the process of testing it, though we have most of it fleshed out. So there may be a few edge cases with that we see. It's entirely possible that at some point one of them will try to attack us, but they shouldn't, and we'll kind of just see how this goes. This is also, in addition to being a playthrough, is also testing, so this is where a lot of useful information comes from for us. So a lot more units have been finished than last time, but the last thing to talk about before we get into it too much is that during these preview playthroughs that I do on the channel for Imperial Civil War, for Fall of the Republic, and maybe in the future some other Empire War mods going forward, is allow people who are patrons, Twitch subs, and channel members, so the people who directly support the YouTube channel in that way, or my ability to create content in that way, those people are all able to choose and name a ship for the playthrough. So basically these are specially coded units for the playthrough. They're not in the released version of the mod, that have names that have been requested and made by people who, again, are patrons, which is a voluntary subscription service, people who are Twitch subs, including using the free sub that comes with Amazon Prime, or who are the channel members, which is through YouTube with the little join button. So if you're interested in helping support my ability to make this kind of content, and would like to get a ship in the playthrough, you can see a link in the description to the Patreon page, which goes through all the details on how that works. But let's get into it. We have quite a bit of, or quite a few starting forces, so we're going to have to decide where we want to focus the most. And one part of the new government mechanics is that I'll just wait for the government guide to come up so we can talk about that a little bit more. But that's
Mission
halfway
log
through the first week. There we
updated.
go. So each faction, each of the sub-factions has an an approval rating of the overall CIS, or kind of what your relationship with them is. When you get up to 100% approval, that faction will directly integrate into the CIS. You'll get full control of their planets and their units. So if we were to get the Commerce Guild to 100% right now, we'd get not just all these planets, but all the units on these planets. So it's going to be up to us to decide which faction we want to integrate first. And there's different bonuses for each one. And that's something that's going to be fleshed out more towards release. Right now, the only way to gain the influence is by paying them directly, which we can do from our political menu, which we can see here. There's one for each of the minor factions, and each one is basically, it's 1,000 credits for 1%. This will get you new heroes, new technology, obviously the territory. So one of your main goals as the CIS is going to be not just to conquer enemy territory, but also working on getting the other CIS factions integrated into your faction, which will give you new tools to work with. So, and by the time of release, there will be other ways to increase your or even decrease your relationship with them, and other rewards as you go along. Right now, all the rewards are at 100%, and the only way to do it is through the credits. But again, that is stuff that is still work in progress. So, if my question for you guys actually for this first episode, if you want to leave your answers in the comments, is which faction should we start by trying to integrate? Should we go for the Techno Union, Trade Federation, Commerce Guild, or Intergalactic Banking Clan? So if you leave those answers in the comments, then I'll tally them up and we'll go for whichever one you guys choose. But I think our first target here is going to be Rhodia. So we're going to start getting some forces together for that. Let's start off, though, by building some guy Luke.
Unit in production. Unit in production.
Oh, that one needs its names fixed. Is code user in
production.
My
Unit
droid or a ship and the gun ray.
Unit.
That'll be a good start for us. Let's just combine these fleets and send a real message. As you've probably seen from the thumbnail for this video, the Subjugator is in. So we are going to get to use the Subjugator as one of the units that we didn't have last time we did a CIS playthrough. There's also stuff like the Auxilia and the Captor, so some more obscure CIS units.
IPV reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Enemy forces ahead.
And another thing that you'll probably start seeing a lot more as we go through the playthrough
Direct fire on those
is
torpedo tubes.
we're updating a lot of the map art and general environment effects to be a bit more like what you'd see on what you saw on the main menu. So more the low orbit maps. But even for some stuff that's not going to be low orbit, Valerie, our concept artist and I guess environment artist as well now, has been working on different light setups along with Rogue, our main mapper for the team. Or I guess technically our only dedicated mapper for the team, where a lot of the lighting on the maps is being improved and changed, because one of the things that does make Empire at War look much better is environment effects. And we're also doing some major particle overhauls, but those haven't started yet. I'm not sure what state they're going to be in by the time you guys are playing. But let's get... Let's get this army, which we'll use for Rhodia. And
Destination set.
I want to start off using some of the heroes that we didn't really get a chance to use last time. Dooku and Ventress are probably the big ones there. The stealth hero...
Mission log updated.
The stealth hero travel thing is obviously not as updated as it ought to be. Where did you go, Ventress?
Lots of frigate reporting.
You didn't go anywhere.
On my way. Moving to that location.
Right, I guess she's lacking hyperspace travel right now. So I'll have to keep her paired with everyone. But let's jump in with Ventress.
Commencing.
We have an ATAP. You'll notice a lot of new icons have been done as well, which is something that Mr. Puerto Rican has been working on.
I am waiting.
Alright, Ventress,
Choose your reinforcements.
Dooku. Let's use an MTT because we didn't
my
have
way,
those in
Seb.
last time. We'll bring in
as
some
long as
super
we're
battle
paid.
droids.
What do you wish?
Ventress, your job is going to be to go
Right away.
get this. Dooku, you're heading up. We obviously haven't done the CIS's little hero selection
We've
blob
located
things,
the
so
enemy.
that'll be that's probably going to be one of the next things that happens. So even during the playthrough, that'll maybe even by next episode that'll
We've been
happen.
paid. We'll follow orders.
That and getting the
Reporting.
CIS's dropship set up. We're trying to have one dropship per faction by the time we release.
Your coin is
On
good.
the
We're ready to
Republic
fight.
side, it's the CR-20. On the CIS's side, it'll probably be the hard cell, which is like the Techno Union missile frigate, the one that looks more like a modern human rocket
We've
ship.
secured a build pad.
All right, Dooku.
We've lost a build pad.
I'm not sure if he has heal yet. He should,
Yes,
but
Commander.
may not.
We're combat ready.
We've secured an abandoned sensor array. Reinforcements cancelled.
All right, let's get in here.
Answering your call.
Ready.
Ventress,
It's about time.
you can
They will know
start going on a
fear.
mission.
We've
Dooku.
secured a landing zone.
Alright, let's get more loathsome.
We'll get there as soon as we can.
We've secured a build pad.
Ready for action. We'll move as long as we're paid.
E2B over.
I've been thinking about putting, with some of the heroes like this that have a single, relatively
We've
lightish
lost a build
vehicle,
pad.
giving them
We've
a
been here for hours. What's the deal?
an extra set of units with them.
AT-AT ready.
Got a target. Lock and load. We're attacking immediately.
This is going to be a good time for us to grab some extra
Deploying stormtroopers.
battle droids, and I really like the animation for this. So Bob did a great job on it.
Anyone there?
Reporting in.
What do you got?
E2B, copy. I've got him in my sight.
Supporting allied
Also
units.
contested.
I'm not
We've
100% sure
secured a
if
build
the
We've secured
bombing run is
Tell us
set
what
up
to do.
for the CIS yet.
Squad unit waiting for
So
orders.
I'm not going to use
I
that
copy.
in this episode. I am going to test that between it because I know Jorrit was working on that.
Roman run
He did the
available.
Republic
We've
Y-wing
lost
one
a build
and some
pad.
other
They
Republic
are
ones,
We've
nothing.
lost a build
but
pad.
I just want to be sure that I'm not going to crash
Ready for attack.
the game on our first episode here. That would be no fun.
Armor standing by.
Droidy boys, get on
it,
up there.
sir. Roger that.
MTT as
Destination
well.
set.
But hopefully you'll start noticing as we go through here, if you did watch the previous
Awaiting your
CIS
command.
playthrough,
I will kill
a lot
them.
more polish has gone into the mod since then. Stuff is really starting to come together
Emperor.
a lot more than it was before. Another thing that Bob and I have been working on is Bob was doing the Republic UI. So right now, obviously, the CIS is using the Republic's UI from Imperial Civil War.
Form up.
And the Republic's using the Imperial one. So we are in the process of making the
Didn't get that. Please
new
repeat.
ones that are
We'll
more
be
suitable
there.
for the
That shouldn't be
factions.
too hard.
He's
Understood.
doing
Your
Republic
payroll.
ones.
What is my next objective?
Right, Ventress's collision mesh might be off. None of these guys would be able to really threaten her anyways, but
Moving with pleasure.
Your credits are good. Let's hope your orders are too.
VO is another thing that hasn't really been touched for the mod yet.
Awaiting your orders.
Move wherever you
That'll
want.
be something for the main
Enemy position over and out.
droid units that will happen before release, but
Do you have a plan? If I must. I go. Die, traitors.
Alright, I'll try not to abuse Ventress's invulnerability too much right now.
They will not survive. I will strike.
And that'll be another thing I can try to fix between
Heading
episodes.
out. On my way.
We've secured a
Alright,
landing
Ventress, you're gonna
zone.
go for
I shall
these ones.
eliminate them.
We've been paid. With all orders.
Because our massive infantry attacks the AI turret.
Copy. Armor ready.
Load some-
Our base is
Your
under
coin is good.
attack.
We're ready to fight. We'll be there.
We've
We're combat
secured
ready.
a
We can
build
do that.
pad.
The way is clear. We're moving
Orbital
out.
bombardment should be okay.
I copy. Proceeding to target. On my way, sir.
I'm here. It will be done. I will. Attacking the enemy.
Reporting.
Okay.
Watching for enemy fire.
Yes. Moving to that location. Engaging. Heading in that direction.
We've secured a build pad.
Of course, I will be there
Here.
soon.
We've lost a build pad. We've secured a build pad.
Ready to roll.
Nope. Loathsome.
Spot. Roger that.
Okay. Nope. Dooku, you had it.
Form up. Yes, sir.
Shouldn't listen to me.
Walker moving out.
You were right the first time. Alright. Ventress.
Turret constructing. Turret constructing. We've secured a build pad.
They're all gonna be dead. Oh, you wanted to use it.
Answering your call.
Got them on the run.
Alright.
What is it, Commander?
Yeah? That's enough for you
Construction
guys?
complete. We've lost a build pad.
Okay. This video is also the first time I'm doing
System
Empire at
control
War
achieved.
in UHD or 25 or 2440 by 15, 24 something by 15 something. So it's something I'm playing with the channel. I did Fallen Order in it, and that seemed to go all right. So let me know if the video quality is like noticeably different, but
Constructing.
that's kind of something that I am hoping will
Beginning
improve
construction.
the videos a bit. Do we want to... Let's go for Ryloth as well.
Frigate here.
And since it's now week 2, we'll talk a bit about one other thing that wasn't in our previous CIS playthrough. It was in our New Republic playthrough, which we unfortunately did have to end because of some tech support issue or some tech issues. But that's Planet Influence. So the information in the guide right now is actually based on Imperial Civil War, so the specific modifiers aren't going to be relevant. But this is basically a new mechanic on the galactic level, which has a bunch of effects and has a lot of ways that it ties into other mechanics. The baseline effect is that, or the basic explanation is that every planet has an influence rating or loyalty rating with the faction it's currently belongs to, between 1 and 10. 10 being the most, 1 being the least. The higher your influence, the more money you're making out of it. And there's also additional bonuses you can get for having high influence. For the New Republic, there are like vassal factions you can make out of it. There are some planets which give unique units. So like if you have 10 influence on Hapes, you can build battle dragons, Nova Beta cruisers. On Karita, you can get a chance to spawn a fleet or field commander if you have maximum influence. There are some planets that have different influence levels with different factions. So Kashyyyk is obviously going to be very partial to the New Republic. In Fall of the Republic, it's going to be partial to the Republic. Right now, though, since it is using the Imperial Civil War code, technically the CIS is who they're going to favor. But you can see here the basic factors for it. This is something that's going to expand all the time. So there's going to be a lot of different ways to play and build your planets. But there's base influence, you start at 3. If you have the local government building, which is like the CIS branch office thing, local corporate headquarters, that adds 1 influence. If you have your faction capital there, which we do on Geonosis, which is part of why it's so high, that adds 2. If you have a company building, so one of these corporations, that adds 1. If you have a trade port in orbit, that adds 1. If you have a major defense station, that adds 1. Right now, the only negative is if you've been recently attacked, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the equation to determine that tracks it properly, so that'll probably go away, but there will be other stuff that impacts it negatively. An example is that we've always kept super weapons out of Thrawn's Revenge because they're basically just win more buttons, and they're hard to counter. There's no drawback to using them. There's no reason to ever not use them. But with stuff like Planet Influence, if you were to take a galactic -2 or something for 10 weeks for blowing up a planet, that would have significant impacts on your economy. It could potentially send some of your less loyal planets into revolt.
There they are.
You can lose planets that way. So there's a lot of other features and functions that it will enable or tie into. But what do we got here? This is some guy Luke, and an in-joke from my lore channel.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's get a Lucre Hulk.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
And we also got Hunka.
Let's go.
But one thing with the minor factions is that they're all primarily based on the products that were made by those companies. So as the Republic, you are going to fight a lot more varied units by going after the different sub-factions. We're kind of just going to be driving them out of the rim, getting some of their forces more concentrated, so we should be okay in the early stages here. The very early stages, we're going to be at a bit of an advantage. You know what? I am going to turn on Cruel AI as well. So that could be risky. I'm hoping that doesn't swap the allied AI. I don't think it does. So your allies won't actually go on Cruel. We might change how that works so that the Republic can still end up fighting a Cruel AI. But
construction complete.
Let's get the Hailfires out of here. Oops. Hailfires. And you know what? Let's get Severance team
Heading in that direction.
in here. We'll take a quick look at where some of our other forces are and see what we need to start building up a bit more. So let's get you.
Construction.
We'll get a trade port there, and
Constructing.
this will be a
Building
mine
cancel.
planet. Cymirth.
Building under
We'll get some
construction.
vehicle production there. We kind of just gotta hope that the Commerce Guild protects us in that area for now. It'd be nice to take over Rishi if we can. We'll move from Bospity and Bimasari into just Centaurus and Cymirth. Alright. Ryloth. It can be a difficult planet to take. I'm not going to use Dooku for this, because he does need the healing. But let's get just some battle
Invasion
dragons in.
commencing.
Ooh, Juggernaut, right. That is why this is a difficult planet to take at the start. What do we
Ready
got?
for action. I see no problem with that.
Some of the civilian spawns are
The
not
enemy
going to
is
be properly
approaching.
aligned yet, because there's still some maps that are shared, or most maps are shared directly
Been here for hours.
between
What's the deal?
Fall of the Republic and Imperial Civil War, and
Turret
Got a target?
constructing.
we are making variants where we need to for that. It's just they haven't all been done yet. I think Kashik's has been done. but I'm not 100% sure yet. So there'll be a few planets where that's incorrectly set up. But that's another thing that's being actively worked on.
Our base is under attack.
I'm really not
Construction
confident in
complete.
its ability to
What do you got?
hold
We've been
this.
paid enough. Tell us what to do.
We've secured a build pad. Turret constructing.
Alright. I really wanted to drop units on them, but let's send in...
Choose your reinforcements.
Well, first, let's get that.
We've secured a build
Then
pad.
let's get Ventress,
coordinates.
and... We won't use 10 right
Squad
now.
unit waiting for orders. We can get there quickly enough.
Construction complete. We've secured a landing zone.
What is your order?
And Ventress, you're gonna go for the
Secured
structures
a
for
build
us.
pad.
Get Hailfires, get the MTT,
Destination set.
Setting course.
Persuaders. I guess our supers are dead.
Where's the next target?
As long as the Juggernaut, okay, doesn't go for Ventress.
We've lost
Yes,
a build
Commander.
pad.
Let's watch that
Dropping
animation.
additional soldiers.
We've secured a build pad. We've secured a build pad.
Good stuff.
Affirmative, sir. Target acquired.
Hailfires are going to be...
Ready for
well, a
attack.
lot of the ground stuff is going to be... it's
lost
currently
a
being
build
rebalanced and redone. There's major ground overhauls going on between both mods,
Reporting.
which are started but not super far along yet, so that's going to be something that
We've
evolves over
secured
early
a
versions of
build
Fall of the
pad.
Republic. Our plan is to go with the same release structure we've been using with
Base
Imperials
is
War
under
recently,
attack.
which is that rather than just having a release and then having like years between different releases, we're going to have
What do you need? Time for action.
ideally every month, maybe sometimes less often depending on how things go,
Turret
but
constructing.
case by case, but the goal is once a month.
Supporting allied
We'll
units.
have new updates, so additional,
Commander.
whether that's additional
Ready.
units, redone units,
ready.
rebalanced stuff.
As you wish, General.
We're going to be basically just actively supporting the mod in
Battalion standing by.
developing
Roll
new
out.
content and reworking content from the
Construction.
start,
I am
Complete.
waiting. So be it.
and ideally in a way that keeps it accessible and fresh for people.
Armored transport ready. Right away.
I'm really just scared of this Juggernaut. Alright, let's see if we can...
What do you wish?
We've secured a build pad.
Watch out for traps.
Fortunately, we didn't get much in the way of space battles in this first
It's
episode,
about time.
but there will be plenty of that to come.
Reporting in.
Alright, let's
Construction
start moving some of
complete.
these other units up to support.
Mauler ready.
The
Roger
MTT.
Commencing attack.
Didn't get that. Please repeat. Assisting.
Ready.
Alright, Ventress, you can stay there. MTT, you can as well.
Time
The MTT is not
Awaiting
the
your
strongest individually, but I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be able to tank for this Juggernaut. Or tank the
Ready.
Juggernaut, not for the Juggernaut.
I've got them on scope.
Well, the Hailfires and
There
Persuaders.
they are.
Copy.
We've secured
Take
a
it out.
build pad.
Activating. They are in my sights.
We've lost
Juggernauts
a
are
build
basically
pad.
ground SSDs.
Watching for enemy fire.
Bombardment available.
Awaiting orders.
I might actually use the bombardment in... Yeah, I'm going to use it there.
Coordinates.
Roger that.
Alright, that wasn't
In
bad.
attack position.
Hailfires.
What is my next
Got them on the
objective?
run.
Interest.
Copy. Adjusting nav computer.
Alright. Another
Form up.
planet for
Your
us.
credits are good. Let's hope your orders are too.
And that kind of secures this southern part. Kamino's there. Rothon is there. I'm not going to try to go after those just yet.
System control achieved.
I feel like the western reaches over here might be the
Construction
best
complete.
direction for us to go in. Especially with how Sullust is our only our only shipyard in this area. But let's start off in that case. It's isolated too, so we're gonna need to. If we can take Aridu.
Construction complete.
Yeah, let's try to take Aridu. I don't remember if Grievous has Invisible Hand right now or not. I think he does. The way his flagships are going to work, he'll start off in a recusant. You can upgrade him to Invisible Hand and then into Malevolence. And if he dies in any of those, he goes down to the previous tier. So Hero Death is permanent in all of our mods. But with Grievous, because he was so slippery, he basically just goes down to his previous level of flagship. So dies in Malevolence, he'll go back to the Invisible Hand. Dies in Invisible Hand, he'll go to the Recusant. If he dies in the Recusant, he will die for real. If you die in Recusants, you die in real life. A lot of our main economic planets are kind of in the banking clan's territory. So I think that'd be a benefit for going for them. But there's a lot of options for us.
Beginning
The
construction.
best for units is going to be the Commerce Guild. The best for our economy is going to be the Banking Clan. So for getting the Commerce Guild, we get not just Mentween and Pomont, but we also get the Providence and Recusant Dreadnoughts, which are larger versions of Providence and Recusant. We'll be able to build them after that. With the Banking Clan, we get, in addition to all their good planets, we get Admiral Porus Tonith and Captain Cantival. Porus Tonith is probably our best fleet commander that we're going to have access to, and right now we really just have TF-1726 in Volpter here, which is kind of an easy target for them.
Construction complete.
I've been playing with some particles on the galactic level, so this here and this here. This is supposed to be the Hape's transitory miss. A lot of it is very strong right now, so that is something that's still being played with quite a bit. So don't worry about that too much.
Beginning construction.
I've got my microphone in front of the build bar, so I'm like leaning around stuff right now. But, oh, they took Corellia? Galactic Republic took Tibrin. Ryloth, we got... Mon Calamari, they're in trouble at. I think we'll try to reinforce Volpter. I don't think we're going to be able to move out of it for a while until we take the Techno Union's territory. But we're in position to get to Aridu. So let's break
Construction complete.
them out of there. But we'll also start queuing up some of our capital ships. So let's get Thorin's Revenge, Thinner Child, Invisible Hand.
In production.
Construction complete.
Yeah, so let's get started in here.
Backup?
As you can see, we do have the subjugator already.
Tactical battle imminent.
There's two patrons who chose subjugators. I have those coded in. It's not showing up on the build bar, so I'm just gonna check what that is. Those are gonna be the ones we build, though.
Choose your reinforcements.
I was really hoping this would be more of a stronghold for them. Okay, that's Yoda, apparently.
Reinforcements en route.
Oh,
This
okay,
way.
junk. Some guy, Luke, if you
here.
want to start moving up.
Location confirmed.
Let's drop a province
Coming
on
about.
them.
Go after the
Bunch
stragglers.
of munificence on them. Each faction does kind of have its stronger and weaker areas, where the CIS is supposed to have, like, each faction is supposed to have some
We've
earlier
got batteries
options
online.
to make sure
Launching
they're not like
attack.
completely choked out. Our earlier, easier options are generally in the southern parts of the galaxy. For the Republic, it's more towards the core and the northern parts, especially where they're able to pick off some of the member corporation planets. Let's see what we're currently dealing with here. Stats display. They have 40% of military strength galactically. We have 28. The Commerce Guild's next at 19, Techno Union at 13, Trade Federation at 2, Bang Clan at 4. So you can kind of see like which are the more militarily active ones here.
Construction
For the
complete.
Commerce Guild, it's partially just a function of which planets they have. Ideally, you want to start integrating them a bit before they start losing all their territory. But right now, a lot of what I want to do is get our economy rolling. So I think Christophsis is going to be another
Construction
economic
Cruiser
for
reporting.
us.
Construction complete. Constructing. Building started.
And Republic has taken Dathomir, and they've taken Corellia back. Orange Cestus.
Building started.
Building started.
Corruption has been removed.
And the voice cue for that kind of thing has to be changed too. It's not corruption, it's actually being removed. And it's not something we're going to change, it's going to be removed, because obviously there's nothing super corruption-y or special about it. Where else do we want? I think Ryloth could be another good
Beginning
economic planet
construction.
for us, but we
Beginning
do need to get
Constructing.
the local capital buildings.
Construction complete.
Barlock and Kilara, we're probably going to have to write off. Agamar,
Construction complete.
Kutrick, and Orcestus I'd like to hold on to. The fact that we're near
Cruiser reporting.
the Commerce Guild is going to be helpful.
Construction complete.
We have that open. I think we're going to wait until next episode to actually attack Aridu, and that's going to be another good economic planet for us. But for now,
Building started.
let's go with that one
Beginning
and that
construction.
one. So Praesitlin will be one, Mustafar
Beginning
as well.
construction.
I just want to make sure we have our
Building
economy
under
rolling before
construction.
we get too deep here. Alright, well that's about 40 minutes. So I think we're going to leave our first episode here for today. Next episode, we're going to continue to focus on some of the Western Reaches worlds. Again, let me know in the comments who you want to work on integrating first, whether it's the Banking Clan, the Commerce Guild, the Techno Union, or the Trade Federation. Hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode, though, and hope you're looking forward to the series. Should be a fun one, and you guys should be able to play the mod itself fairly soon on your own as well. So thanks again, and hope to see you next time. Bye.